India is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. It has more than 1.5 billion people and is well known for its fast development and growing technology industry. But behind this growth, have you ever wondered how many people in India are still struggling to find a job?
How serious is unemployment in India and what are the real reasons behind it?
In this video, we will explore the major causes of unemployment in India and the solutions that can help address this issue.
Assalamualaikum and greeting to our respected lecturer, Sir Fadi Bendali. Today we are going to talk about the issue of unemployment in India. Unemployment is one of the most critical macroeconomic issues faced by many developing countries today, and India is no exception. As the world's most populated nation with over 1.5 billion people, India possesses a massive workforce. However, economic growth in sectors such as services, information technology, and industry has not been matched with sufficient job creation. One of the key features of unemployment in India is structural unemployment, where there is a clear mismatch between the skill possessed by workers and the skill demanded by industry. Despite high academic qualification, many graduates are unable to meet market requirements. In recent years, the situation has worsened due to economic shock, such as demonetization, the implementation of GST, and the COVID-19 pandemic. This factor has significantly disrupted the labor market, especially within the informal sector. In conclusion, unemployment in India remains a complex issue driven by rapid population growth, skill mismatch, and structural change in economic. Without effective employment strategies, the challenge may continue to hinder sustainable economic and social development.
Now, let's move to the causes of unemployment in India. One of the main reasons for unemployment in India is the high population. Over the past decades, population growth has increased, which means there are more people than the available jobs. This problem is especially serious among the young people, because many college and university graduates are looking for a job, but they cannot find a suitable work because there are limited job opportunities and their skills sometimes do not always match the job requirements. In addition, many people also move from rural areas to the cities in search of a better jobs. However, the cities cannot provide enough employment, so many of them will remain unemployed. In economics, this situation is also known as frictional unemployment. Overall, India's large population creates a strong competition for limited jobs, which explains why the unemployment rate continues to rise and fall as shown in the table provided. Next, another main reason for unemployment in India is that many people come from low-income families and cannot afford a good education or a proper training job. This is because children from poor families often have to drop out from the school at a young age to help to support their families, which also will limit their chances to learn new skills. As they grow up, many of them do not have the education or technical skills that needed for the modern job. When they enter the market job once they grow up, they will find it difficult to get a stable and well-paid jobs because most employers prefer skilled and educated workers. As a result, people from poor backgrounds are often left behind and may remain unemployed or only get the temporary jobs. This will create a cycle of poverty where lack of education leads to unemployment, and unemployment will keep people trapped in the poverty.
The last causes is COVID-19. COVID-19 caused a sharp increase in unemployment due to strict nationwide lockdowns. Many industries such as tourism, hospitality, retail, manufacturing, and small businesses were forced to close or reduce their operation. As a result, workers faced job losses, reduced working hours, and hiring freezes across the country. Urban unemployment increased significantly, reaching to 2.9% during the April to June period in 2020, which was more than double compared to the same period in 2019. The informal sector was the most affected, especially daily wage earners and migrant workers who lacked job security. Overall, the economic slowdown reduced consumer demand and led to cyclical unemployment as companies cut production and their workforce. Next, we move to the solution.
For the first part, I will explain two solutions to overcome the unemployment problems in India. First, causes of higher population. In order to address that issue of unemployment in India, the government can apply fiscal policy by increasing government expenditure. India's high population has resulted in surplus labor, particularly in rural areas, which has contributed to higher unemployment. By increasing spending on public employment programs, the government is able to directly create job opportunities and absorb excess labor. One important example is the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, or MGNREGS. According to the India Development Review in 2023, this program aims to enhance the livelihood security of rural households by providing at least 100 days of guaranteed wage employment per financial year to adult members who are willing to perform unskilled manual work. As reported by the Press Information Bureau on 26 August 2025, MGNREGS received a budget allocation of 86,000 crore rupees, which is the highest since the scheme was introduced. In the financial year 2025 to 2026, the program generated 290.6 crore person days of employment, with women accounting for more than 58% of total workers. Through this program, the government allocates public funds to pay wages and support labor-intensive projects such as road construction and water conservation. By acting as an employer of last resort, the government helps reduce unemployment, ensure income security, and improve living standards in rural areas. Number 2, to address the issue of poverty, the government can implement rural employment schemes. This approach is effective because job opportunities in rural areas are limited, and poverty often leads to unemployment, especially among low-skilled workers. Rural employment programs provide temporary employment as well as livelihood support to unemployed and low-income rural households. One important example is the Ajivika National Rural Livelihoods Mission, or NRLM, which is a rural development program introduced by the Indian government. According to the Press Information Bureau on 23 October 2025, NRLM is implemented by the Ministry of Rural Development and aims to improve the livelihoods of poor rural households by promoting self-employment and skilled wage employment. In 2015, the program was renamed Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, or DAY NRLM. Based on information from Vikaspedia, NRLM targets 7 crore rural households across thousands of districts and villages through self-managed, self-help groups. From an economic perspective, NRLM represents the use of fiscal policy through increased government expenditure. Government spending on skill training, financial support, and livelihood activities help raise income levels and create employment opportunities. By investing in capacity building and income generating activities, NRLM enables the rural poor to participate in economic activities, thereby reducing poverty-induced unemployment.
In order to reduce unemployment, the government has been actively promoting entrepreneurship and startups through incentives such as tech incentive, financial support, and easy access to credit. More individuals, especially young or first-time entrepreneurs, are able to start and sustain their business. This shift not only reduces dependence on limited government and corporate jobs, but also encourage people to become job makers rather than job seekers. As the startup economy system grows, it generates employment across different sectors like technology, manufacturing, and services. Over time, this supports innovation, boosts productivity, and contributes to long-term economic growth while helping to lower the unemployment rate. In conclusion, unemployment in India remains a serious macroeconomic problem that affects economic growth and social stability. Although India is one of the fastest growing economies in the world, unemployment continues to remain high, especially among young people. Recent data shows that overall unemployment is around 5%, but youth unemployment is far higher in urban areas, showing that job creation is not keeping pace with workforce growth. A major cause of this issue is skill mismatch. Only a small share of the workforce has formal training, leaving many young people unprepared for modern industry needs. As a result, firms struggle to find suitable workers while unemployment remains high and population pressure on the job market continues to rise. Unemployment also has wider economic effects. High youth unemployment reduces consumer spending and leads to underutilization of human capital. This contributes to what is often called jobless growth, where economic growth does not translate into enough employment opportunities. Therefore, addressing skill mismatch is crucial. Strengthening vocational training, improving education, industry collaboration, and supporting job creation programs can help reduce unemployment. If these measures are implemented effectively, India can move towards more inclusive growth, higher productivity, and better employment opportunities for its people.
So, what is the impact of unemployment in India on household income? Unemployment in India greatly reduces household income because unemployed people lose their main source of earnings. Many families in India only depend on one breadwinner, so when that person loses a job, the whole family's income will drop sharply. This will make it hard for the families to pay for their basic needs, such as food, education, healthcare, and housing. Because of this also, many households are forced to depend on only informal or temporary jobs or use their savings or ask for financial help from their relative. Over the time, their savings may run out and the families may also fall into debt. As a result, lower income increases poverty, widens income inequality, and causes financial insecurities. These problems will affect low-income and rural families the most, as they have fewer job opportunities and limited access to government support.
The next question is, what is the impact of unemployment in India on spending decisions? Unemployment causes households in India to reduce their spending due to lower income. Families prioritize essential goods such as food, housing, and healthcare, while cutting down on non-essential items like entertainment and luxury goods. Major purchases are often postponed, leading to lower overall consumer spending and slower economic growth.